Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talk Everyday Conversations channel. I'm your host, Lily.
And I am your host, James. We are so happy that you are here with us today.
As the year comes to an end, many people naturally begin to reflect on their lives and experiences.
Yes, the new year often feels like a turning point, even though it's technically just another day.
That's true, but psychologically, it carries a lot of meaning.
It represents closure for the past year and hope for the future.
Lily, when you think about the new year, what does it personally mean to you?
For me, the new year is a time for reflection and reassessment. I think about what I learned over the past year and how I've changed as a person.
Reflection seems to be a central theme during this time. Do you think people reflect honestly, or do they sometimes avoid uncomfortable truths?
I think many people struggle with honest reflection. It can be difficult to acknowledge mistakes or missed opportunities.
That's understandable. Facing reality requires courage and emotional maturity.
Exactly. But without that honesty, it's hard to grow or move forward.
Growth is often uncomfortable, and the new year reminds us of time passing, which can feel unsettling.
Yes, it forces us to confront how quickly time moves. That realization can be motivating for some and overwhelming for others.
Another aspect of the new year is resolutions. Why do you think people feel compelled to set goals at this specific time?
I think the new year creates a sense of a clean slate. People feel like they're starting fresh, even if nothing externally has changed.
That symbolic reset can be very powerful, but it can also create unrealistic expectations.
Absolutely. Many resolutions fail because they're based on pressure rather than genuine intention.
Or because they focus on drastic change instead of gradual improvements.
Exactly. Sustainable change usually happens in small, consistent steps.
Do you usually set New Year's resolutions?
Not in a traditional sense. I prefer setting intentions rather than strict goals.
That's an interesting distinction. How would you describe the difference?
A goal is often rigid and outcome-focused. An intention is more flexible and focused on behavior or mindset.
That sounds healthier. It reduces the feeling of failure if things don't go perfectly.
Yes, and it encourages self-compassion.
Self-compassion is something many people overlook during self-improvement.
Especially during the new year when comparison becomes common.
Social media plays a big role in that. People see others sharing achievements and feel pressure to match them.
That comparison can distort reality. Most people only share highlights, not struggles.
Which creates an illusion that everyone else is progressing faster.
Exactly. That's why reflection should be personal, not comparative.
Another aspect of the new year is hope. Even in difficult times, the new year brings a sense of possibility.
Hope is essential. It gives people the emotional energy to keep going.
Without hope, change feels pointless.
And the new year symbolically restores that hope.
It reminds us that time moves forward, regardless of past failures.
Which means opportunities for change always exist.
That's a comforting thought. As we enter a new year, what mindset do you think is most important?
I think acceptance is key, accepting the past without resentment and the future without excessive fear.
That balance is difficult but valuable. It allows people to move forward without carrying unnecessary emotional weight.
Exactly. The new year shouldn't be about becoming a completely different person. It should be about becoming a more aware version of yourself.
That's a powerful way to frame it. Awareness often leads to meaningful change.
And meaningful change takes time.
So perhaps patience is just as important as motivation.
I completely agree.
As we welcome the new year, it's important to be realistic, kind to ourselves, and open to growth.
And to remember that progress doesn't have to be dramatic to be meaningful.
That brings us to the end of today's episode.
Thank you for listening to Talk Everyday English.
We hope this conversation helps you reflect as you move into the new year.
See you next time.
Goodbye.
Now we'd like to explain some of the advanced words we used in today's conversation.
The first word is reflection. Reflection means thinking carefully about past experiences and actions.
Another word we used is reassessment. Reassessment means evaluating something again to understand it better.
We also used the word closure. Closure means reaching an emotional or mental ending to something in the past.
The word anticipation came up as well. Anticipation means looking forward to something that is going to happen.
We mentioned the word uncomfortable. Uncomfortable means causing emotional or mental unease.
Another important word is resolution. A resolution is a firm decision to change or improve something.
We also used self-compassion. Self-compassion means being kind and understanding toward yourself.
The word comparison was used. Comparison means judging yourself by measuring against others.
Finally, we used the word acceptance. Acceptance means recognizing reality without resistance or denial.
That brings us to the end of the vocabulary section.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Welcome back to Talk Everyday English.
Hello, everyone. In this part, we're continuing our New Year discussion.
In the first part, we talked about reflection and new beginnings.
Now, we want to go deeper into what the new year often brings emotionally.
For many people, the new year feels motivating at first, but that motivation is often mixed with pressure.
Yes, pressure to improve, to achieve more, and to correct past mistakes.
That pressure can be subtle but very powerful.
Especially because it often comes from internal expectations, not external demands.
People tell themselves that this year must be different, that this year must be more productive or more successful.
And when expectations become too rigid, they can turn against us.
Exactly. Expectations can inspire growth, but they can also create anxiety,
Many people expect immediate change simply because a new year has begun.
which is rarely realistic. Meaningful change usually happens gradually.
And often in ways that are not visible right away.
Progress is rarely dramatic. It's usually quiet and repetitive.
Yet, social media often presents growth as fast and effortless.
That creates a distorted sense of reality. People see achievements, but not the struggle behind them.
This can make individuals feel inadequate, even when they are making progress.
Comparison becomes especially common at the start of the year. People measure their lives against others' highlights.
That comparison can disconnect people from their own values. Instead of asking what they truly want, they ask what they should want.
And that creates dissatisfaction, even when life is objectively improving.
Another strong theme during the new year is time. People suddenly become very aware of how fast time passes.
That awareness can be motivating, but it can also be overwhelming. Some people respond by rushing. Others respond by freezing.
Neither response is particularly helpful. A more balanced response is intention.
Intention shifts focus from urgency to direction. Instead of trying to fix everything at once, people choose where to begin.
That choice gives a sense of control.
Control reduces anxiety, and anxiety often blocks progress.
Growth requires a certain level of emotional safety. People grow more easily when they are not constantly judging themselves.
Self-criticism is very common during the new year. People review their past year harshly.
They focus on what they failed to do instead of what they learned.
That kind of mindset can discourage future effort, because failure starts to feel inevitable.
A healthier approach is self-awareness, understanding patterns instead of assigning blame.
Self-awareness allows people to adjust without shame. It turns mistakes into information.
That shift is powerful. It changes growth from punishment into exploration.
Another challenge at the start of the year is imbalance. People realize they've neglected certain areas of their lives.
Health, relationships, rest, or personal fulfillment.
Recognizing imbalance can be uncomfortable, but discomfort is often the beginning of change.
Awareness always comes before improvement. Without awareness, effort is usually misdirected.
The new year often feels like a deadline, as if progress must happen immediately.
But growth doesn't work well under deadlines. Growth works better with patience.
Patience allows consistency, and consistency creates lasting change.
The new year should feel like an invitation, not a demand.
An invitation to grow thoughtfully and honestly, without pressure to become someone else overnight.
Growth doesn't require perfection. It requires presence and commitment.
Small steps taken consistently matter more than dramatic resolutions.
And acceptance makes those steps sustainable.
Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means starting from reality instead of fighting it.
That mindset helps people continue beyond the first few weeks of the year.
Because real growth doesn't end in January.
It continues quietly throughout the year.
That brings us to the end of part 2.
Now we'll explain some of the key and advanced words used in part 2.
The first word is pressure. Pressure refers to mental or emotional stress caused by expectations or demands.
Another important word is expectations. Expectations are beliefs about how things should happen or what results should look like.
We used the word rigid. Rigid means too fixed or inflexible, making change difficult.
The word anxiety appeared in this part. Anxiety means a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease about the future.
We also used the word gradually. Gradually means happening slowly over time, not suddenly.
Another key word is distorted. Distorted means changed in a way that makes something inaccurate or misleading.
We talked about comparison. Comparison means measuring yourself against others, often unfairly.
The word dissatisfaction was used. Dissatisfaction means a feeling of unhappiness because expectations are not met.
We also used the word intention. Intention means a clear purpose or direction behind an action.
The word urgency appeared as well. Urgency means a feeling that something must be done immediately.
We mentioned self-criticism. Self-criticism means judging yourself harshly or focusing only on faults.
Another important term is self-awareness. Self-awareness means understanding your own thoughts, emotions, and patterns of behavior.
We used the word imbalance. Imbalance means a lack of stability between different areas of life.
The word fulfillment was also used. Fulfillment means a deep sense of satisfaction in meaning.
We talked about patience. Patience means the ability to remain calm while waiting for progress or results.
Another advanced word is consistency. Consistency means continuing actions steadily over time.
We also used acceptance. Acceptance means recognizing reality without denial or resistance.
Finally, we use the word sustainable. Sustainable means something that can be maintained over a long period of time.
That brings us to the end of the vocabulary for part 2.
Thank you for listening, and we'll continue with the next part soon. Welcome back to Talk Everyday English.
Hello, everyone. This is the final and most reflective part of our New Year discussion.
In the earlier parts, we talked about reflection, expectations, and growth.
Now we want to move beyond goals and resolutions. We want to talk about time, identity, and meaning.
The new year often makes people more aware of time than usual. Time suddenly feels visible.
Yes, people become conscious of how quickly it moves and how little control they actually have over it.
That awareness can feel unsettling. It reminds people that another year has passed, whether they feel ready or not.
Which raises difficult questions. Questions about whether time was used wisely.
Or whether life is moving in the direction they hoped for.
These questions are uncomfortable, but also important.
Because they force people to examine their sense of identity, who they are now compared to who they thought they would be.
Identity is not static. It changes quietly over time, often without us noticing.
The new year creates a moment where that change becomes obvious. People compare their current selves to past versions.
and sometimes feel disconnected from both.
That disconnect can cause confusion. People may feel lost even if their lives appear stable.
Stability does not always equal fulfillment. Someone can be successful and still feel unaligned internally.
That sense of misalignment is difficult to articulate, but many people feel it strongly during the new year.
Because the new year invites evaluation, not just of achievements, but of meaning.
Meaning is harder to measure than success. It cannot be quantified.
And yet, it often matters more. People may achieve goals and still feel empty.
Which leads to the realization that goals alone are not enough. They need to be connected to values.
Values act as an internal compass. They guide decisions when external validation disappears.
Without values, progress can feel hollow, directionless.
The new year encourages people to ask deeper questions. Not just what do I want, but why do I want it?
That question changes everything. It shifts focus from accumulation to alignment.
Alignment between actions and identity, between daily choices and long-term meaning.
Another major theme that emerges during the new year is regret. Regret about missed opportunities or unspoken words.
Regret can be painful, but it also contains information.
It points to values that were ignored or suppressed. Understanding regret can clarify priorities.
But dwelling on regret can trap people in the past. Balance is essential.
Reflection without rumination. Learning without self-punishment.
That balance requires emotional maturity and compassion toward oneself.
Self-compassion becomes increasingly important as people grow older, because expectations collide with reality.
Reality rarely matches the narrative people imagined in their younger years, and that mismatch can be painful.
Especially in cultures that glorify constant achievement, where slowing down feels like failure.
But slowing down can be a form of wisdom. It allows people to listen more closely to themselves.
The new year often presents a choice: continue living automatically or live more intentionally.
Intentional living requires awareness, and awareness requires honesty.
Honesty about limitations, about desires, about fears.
Fear plays a significant role in how people approach the future. Fear of wasting time. Fear of making the wrong choices.
Fear can either motivate or paralyze. It depends on how it is interpreted.
When fear is avoided, it grows stronger. When it is understood, it often loses power.
The new year gives people a symbolic pause, a moment to reconsider direction.
But direction does not need to be dramatic. Small shifts can lead to profound change over time.
Change does not require reinventing identity. Change often requires returning to it.
Returning to what genuinely matters. Stripping away unnecessary expectations.
The idea of starting over is misleading. People are not blank slates.
They carry experience, memory, and resilience. The new year does not erase the past.
It builds upon it, whether people acknowledge that or not.
Meaningful growth integrates the past instead of rejecting it. It honors lessons rather than denying mistakes.
That integration creates stability, a grounded sense of self.
Which becomes especially important in uncertain times.
The future is inherently uncertain. No amount of planning can remove that.
Accepting uncertainty reduces anxiety. It allows people to focus on what they can control.
Attention, effort, values.
The new year is often framed as a race, a countdown,
But it doesn't have to be. It can be a quiet checkpoint.
a moment to pause without judgment, to realign gently,
Growth rooted in meaning is slower, but it is deeper.
and more sustainable.
As the new year begins, the most important question may not be about goals. It may be about presence.
Being present with life as it is, not only as it could be.
That presence transforms ordinary moments and gives them meaning,
Which ultimately makes time feel less threatening.
because time is no longer something to outrun, but something to inhabit.
That brings us to the end of part 3.
Thank you for staying with us through this deeper conversation.
We hope it encourages reflection, clarity, and kindness as you move forward.
Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.
Now, we'll explain a few advanced words from this final part.
Later, the first word is identity.
Identity means a person's sense of who they are over time.
The word misalignment was used.
Misalignment means a lack of harmony between actions and inner values.
We talked about fulfillment.
Fulfillment means a deep feeling of meaning and satisfaction.
Another important word is values.
Values are core principles that guide decisions and behavior.
We used the word regret.
Regret means sadness about past actions or missed opportunities.
The word intentional appeared.
Intentional means done with purpose and awareness.
We also used the word uncertainty.
Uncertainty means not knowing what will happen in the future.
Finally, we used the word presence.
Presence means being fully aware and engaged in the current moment.
That brings us to the end of the vocabulary section.
Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.